Norx fans, it's Canelo being boxing. Let's speak boxing right now. I'm heading to Miami, heading to work. Haven't did a video in a while. You know, George the Boxing Genius, he went ahead and gave his prediction, which he was dead on his prediction regarding Sergey Kovalev versus Canelo Alvarez, which was a hell of a fight. Congratulations to the Alvarez team and Canelo making history. Looked very good. A lot of fighters can't do that. They can't jump up and wait like he's been going back to back to back, just jumping up and fighting back to back chance. Matter of fact, before I even speak about it, you know, hands down, he has to be pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me that bullshit saying that, yo, you know, like the Juan Marquez haterade talking about that. Don't get me wrong, Crawford's legit, Lomachenko's legit, Spencer's legit, but these guys ain't jumping up in weights fighting champions, jumping up 2 weight classes fighting champions. I'm talking about back to back, and I'm talking about a legitimate stacked division itself. You know, Canelo's been back to back, and he's been dominating in dominating fashion. But hands down, as of right now, he should be pound for pound king. Not take anything from Crawford, not take anything from Lomachenko, but you know, Crawford versus Khan, and then Sergey Kovalev and Triple G and Canelo, that's not even comparable. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting Daniel Jacobs as well. That's not even comparable. These are top legitimate pound for pound contenders, and these guys are a threat. And Canelo's been, you know, doing his thing. So hands down, he should be top pound for pound. But as far as the fight, you know, George the Boxing Genius, we've been talking back and forth. I literally thought it was going to go distance, and if it goes the distance, you know, they're going to give it to Canelo Alvarez. But Sergey, you know, I thought Sergey was going to give him some problems. I thought Sergey was going to actually do a little bit better than what he did. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else out there, you know. He looked good. Everybody knows that Sergey can move around. He has lateral movement. He sticks. He jabs. And his jab itself, because he's holding that weight, that jab's coming in solid. You know, he looks solid. He looks strong. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. You know, he looked very, very good. You know, and in boxing, you know, you utilize the jab just to you know, keep your distance, keep your reach and things like that. But also you want to touch your opponent to see the distance in the early rounds, just to, you know, measure, see the distance, and, you know, just feel each other out. But at times, you know, Canelo, he was defensively, he was coming forward, he was pressing forward. Yes, he was countering. Yes, he was working upstairs. Yes, he was looking down. Working downstairs, upstairs, looking good. Was his head movement there? Not so much. Was Canelo, did he look crazy fashion that he can oppose as a threat, as to change Sergey Kovalev where he's not throwing any power punches? Man, I don't want to hear that bullshit, man. Sergey, you know, there's a lot of boxing channels out there. He's sitting there, you know, if you sit there and say that's a fixed fight, there's no such, you're a casual boxing fan. You know, Canelo, he fought a great fight. You know, Sergey was playing it safe, and you know, the reason he wasn't throwing any power punches because what happened is, trying to get all technical and shit, man. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Oh, because if Sergey threw a power punch, Canelo can counter it, and Sergey, man, I don't want to hear that bullshit, man. If you literally think that there's no fixed fights in boxing, you're fucking gullible. You know what I'm saying? You're naive. You know, that fight right there, come on, man. Sergey, he looked comfortable. He was comfortably winning a lot of rounds. You know, I had Canelo up by 2 rounds, but Sergey was touching him. There was times where Sergey was touching him so much, but he was hesitant. He wasn't throwing he wasn't throwing that overhand right. He wasn't throwing any power punches. And I get it. I understand that you want to be cautious, and I get that. I completely get that. But don't sit there and make it seem like Canelo is such a fucking monster, such a beast. His lateral movement, he was overwhelming him, and he was posing so much of a threat in comparison to all the other fighters that Sergey has fought in his whole career. We're not talking about a rookie. We're talking about a veteran. We're talking about a guy who's been in there with the best. Now, don't tell me he's gonna take it easy and see Canelo as a big monstrous threat, being the smaller guy, being the guy that's jumping up 2 fucking weight classes. And you mean to tell me the smaller guy jumping up in 2 weight classes, fighting a veteran that's been in the ring with the best of the best, he's gonna take it easy and he's gonna be scared and not throw any fucking power punches throughout the fight? Come on, man. Don't give me that shit, man. That's bullshit. And excuse my language, but no, I don't want to hear that, man. Sergey, he took it easy. He took it. Now, was that a legitimate knockout? Yes, it was a legitimate knockout. You know, that was a clutch, clean punch. That was clean. You know what I'm saying? That was clean. Eventually, that was bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? But don't make it seem as though Sergey didn't hold back and didn't take it to the distance. Sergey was playing it safe. He wanted to take it to the scorecards. But there's something that wasn't right in that fight. I don't want to hear that bullshit. You can say what you want. You can comment what you want. I don't make that much videos anyways. I can give a fuck. I don't give a shit. But anyways, that fight, I don't know. Sergey got paid for that shit. I don't care. Nothing to take away from Canelo, but I don't know. That was fishy. You know, the Georgia Boxing Genius thinks I'm full of shit. Georgia Boxing Genius thinks that Canelo completely outboxed. Yeah, he did outbox him. He did outpoint him. You know, did he outclass him? Hell no, man. It's just Sergey. You know, Sergey at times, he was just, you know, that shit wasn't even, I don't know, man. You know, I got to watch the fight again. But anyways, guys, what's the next for Canelo? You know, Canelo, you know, he needs to come down and wait. You know, he definitely needs to come down and wait. Who do I want him to fight? Right now, like I said, he should be pound for pound. Hands down, he should be pound for pound. I think he should come down to 160. Come down to 160. Do I think he should fight Triple G? Absolutely not. That Triple fight, nah. You know, I think Triple G should, you know, if anything, give Daniel Jacobs a rematch. I think Triple G should fight one of these guys, Demetrius Andreas, something like that, before he can get the Canelo fight. But other than that, guys, you know, I think it was a good fight. It was full of action. You know, I think the Ryan Garcia fight, I think that was more a legit fight, like as far as, you know, a legitimate knockout. And in comparison to, not to say that Canelo didn't knock out Sergey. I'm just saying, like, as far as like I'm real skeptical as far as how that shit all panned out. Because Sergey, even his responses, you know, he was just like, man, you know, even when he gave his feedback, you know, I'm in sales and stuff like that, and I can, you know, read people. You know, if you're out there, you can read people. And he wasn't disappointed in himself, man. It's like he was like, man, that shit wasn't supposed to happen. You know, that shit wasn't supposed to happen. Like, he wasn't disappointed or anything like that. It's just like, I'll be back. It is what it is. He wasn't really upset by it. He wasn't bothered by it because he already fucking knew what he wanted to do. That's it. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth, SBN Boxing. Firm request, subscribe. Have a good one.